Yeah, hi guys, Peter back for yet another video. Yeah, it's been about 4 days since my last video, so it's been a little while. So I thought I'd do another video in the theme of the what I did recently, the Van Halen, when I did the best song off my favorite song off the first 6 albums of David Lee Roth period. So I'm going to do The Doors, who are often said, as I've said many times, possibly my favorite band of all time. You know, they're right up there. Probably are, but yeah, there's a lot of bands out there, but I've always been a huge hardcore fan of The Doors. So I'm going to pick what I consider the best song or my favorite from each of the first 6 albums, the Jim Morrison period. Now, everyone will say that they did 2 albums without Jim as a trio, Other Voices of Full Circle, and The American Prayer, the poetry album that Jim did with the band, released in 1978. Now, when I do a ranking, which I will be doing of The Doors, probably coming up within a week or so, I'll put that up. I've done a ranking before, but it was a very long time ago. When I do my ranking, there'll be 9 albums, but today I'm just going to do favorite from the first 6 with Jim. So the ranking, as I said, nine albums, the 2 without Jim, and the poetry album. I'll do like most people do, the 9 albums when they rank them, and that's how I'll do it. But today we're just going to concentrate on my favorite song off the first 6 studio albums with Jim. So the years were taken in from 1967 to 1971. And quite an easy list to do. All you can do with these guys is pick what you feel at the moment, you know. There can be changes over time, of course. Everyone knows that. But this has pretty much got it right how I feel today. So the first album from 1967, the self-titled debut. One of the greatest debuts ever. Could be the greatest. Yeah, there's a few out there, but you know what I mean. It's up there. It's in the conversation. Could have picked anything from this. I mean, it's got Soul Kitchen, Light My Fire, The End, Backdoor Man, Take It As It Comes, But in the end, I went for a magical vocal, beautiful piano in this from Ray Manzarek. Just a wonderful, laid-back, ballady song. Beautiful song, The Crystal Ship. Beautiful melody in this too. Yeah, I always love The Crystal Ship. It's always been a favourite of mine. The vocal, everything about it, just top-notch. So I'm going to go for that as my favourite from the self-titled debut at this point in time, of course. Now, that was albums from 1967. Now, at the end of 1967, they released Strange Days, another great album, quite phenomenal. Two quality albums in the same year like this. This one, quite an easy choice. I love many on here. People Are Strange and Strange Days, Your Lost Little Girls, a particular favourite of mine. Love Me Two Times. But I went for the epic, the last song with the very, great performance vocally from Jim Morrison and the whole band. Poetry, a lot of poetry in the lyrics with Jim, of course. When the Music's Over. About 11 minutes, very epic though. There's not, for me, and this and The End neck and neck for me. I love both of them. But I'm going to, so for best from this album, Strange Days, When the Music's Over. Now we go to 1968, Waiting for the Sun. Another really great album, I reckon. I love every album they did. I reckon they're all top notch. 1968, some great tracks on here. The pop track, Hello, I Love You, great song. Love Street's great. Not to Touch the Earth, which I have said before could be my favorite on here. I have mentioned it before. Spanish Caravan, all these songs, Summer's Almost Gone. But I went for the last track. I think it's got a big bumping, grinding sound to it, and I love it. I love the sound. Krieger's guitar is great on this, and John Densmore, and the whole band, of course, Ray Manzarek. 5-1. 5-1 from Waiting for the Sun is my pick. Next album, which I am very, very fond of. It gets maligned, but there's a lot of love for it, but I love it. I love The Soft Parade. It's a great, great album for me. A lot of orchestration in it. You know, they got the extra instruments in there. There's many great ones on here. Tell All the People, Wishful Sinful, The Soft Parade, Wild Child. But I'm going to be boring. Not boring, but most people would probably say Touch Me. Iconic single, iconic, just a wonderful track. Yeah, I had to go for that one. Touch Me from The Soft Parade. Morrison Hope, that's 1969. 1970, we go Waiting for the Sun. Now, this was quite difficult because I feel that side one, or both sides, but side one particularly is very, very strong. It's a great side when you look at all the songs on there, you know, Roadhouse Blues and Waiting for the Sun, which is the name of another album. And yes, the song appeared on this album. You Make Me Real, Peace Frog, you know, and Blue Sunday and Ship of Fools, and they got Maggie McGill and all that, Land Ho. But I like this song because the one song I picked, it starts off slow with a great vocal from Jim. It's got some very hard-hitting moments, a bit of light and shade that slows down and it rocks out at other times. It's just an icon, one of my favourite Doors songs. Waiting for the Sun, I'm going to go for, from Morrison Hotel from 1970. That's my pick from that album. And last but certainly not least, 1971 from the album LA Woman. Now this album's got some good deep cuts. It's got Hyacinth House, which I think is an extraordinary track. Yeah, the Wasp, Texas Radio and the Big League, the Changeling with the stabbing keyboards. Love that one. Love Her Madly was a big song. LA Woman, the title track's iconic with the lyrics. And yeah, but I'm going to go for probably it would be the first song I ever heard from them that really got me into when I was much younger, Riders on the Storm. I'm going to go for that. Just the lyrics, there's a killer on the road and all that. It's very mysterious. It creates an atmosphere. It's got the rain sound, the storm sounds in it, the rain. And that's really got me into them. I thought when I first heard the Doors, this song, the music mixed with his voice was so good on that song. I just love his voice on that Riders on the Storm. Quite a great vocal, that one. And yeah, I just couldn't go past Riders on the Storm, although there are many. You could pick nearly anything from LA Woman. But I'm going to go for my pick from LA Woman, Riders on the Storm, guys. So they are at the moment my favourite, or my picks as best song from the Doors' 6 albums with Jim Morrison. So we'll go through it again. From the first album, my pick is The Crystal Ship, the self-titled debut. From Strange Days, When the Music's Over, and I could have went for, yeah, all of these you could have went for other songs, but I'm just trying to pick a favourite. When the Music's Over from Strange Days. From Waiting for the Sun, 5-1. Other times I have picked Not to Touch the Earth, but I'm going for 5-1. Soft Parade, Touch Me, Wishful Sinful's a marvellous track though. So Touch Me is my pick from that. From Morrison Hotel, many good songs, Roadhouse Blues included. But I went for Waiting for the Sun. And the last album, LA Woman, I went for Riders on the Storm. So there you have it, guys. Give me your choices. I wonder how many will match up, which interests me. I like just seeing how many we match up together. And I'll be back for many more videos to come. As I'm going to do a Doors ranking. Also going to do probably Soundgarden at this point, man. I put it to people, Soundgarden or the Jam. I didn't get much response for people wanting the Jam, but I still might do it after a while. But I'll probably do Soundgarden before the Jam, and the Doors. Doors and Soundgarden are the ones I'll be getting out. Probably I'll get the Doors one out first because Yeah, just although I know a lot of Soundgarden, I'm very, very familiar with the Doors, of course, over the years. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys for another video. Won't be too far away. Keep well, everyone, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye for now. Bye.